Welcome to Chapter 4, Lesson 9. The essential question for this chapter is, how can I communicate multiplication? Today is about multiplying by a multi-digit number. So a one-digit number, like this, by more than one digit. Okay? You can use partial products to multiply by a multi-digit number. Okay, so multiplying by a multi-digit number isn't really any different than multiplying by a two-digit number. You use the same steps. Okay, so let's take a look. Example 1. Today is Laura's birthday, and she is 9 years old. Except for leap years, there are 365 days in 1 year. How many days old is Laura? Okay, so in this problem, you're going to have to find 365 times 9. Okay, so let's just estimate right away so that at the end we'll know if our answer is reasonable or if it's close. Okay, so leave the 9 and 365. Okay, let's look at the 6. Push it up. Okay, so 400. Okay, I know from my math facts what 9 times 4 is, right? 360, 36, and then I'm going to have these two zeros. Don't forget the zeros, so 3,600. Okay, so if I get a crazy answer that's like 5,700 or 140, I know that I'm probably wrong. Okay, so this just helps me know if I'm in the right area. Okay, so they're showing you two ways to do it. One is partial products, okay, and then one is vertical multiplication. So I really like partial products, so let's take a look. Okay, they've broken up 365 into expanded form. So 300 plus 60 plus 5. That's why we learned expanded form. Okay, so now it's 9 times 300, 9 times 60, 9 times 5. Okay, well 9 times 3 is 27. And then you have two zeros here. So I have two zeros here. 9 times 6 is 54. And then don't forget the 0. And then 9 times 5 is 45. So now I would just need to add these up. Okay, so I would have to add 27,000 plus 540 plus 45. Okay, so 0 plus 0 plus 5. 4 plus 4 is 8. Okay. 7 plus 5 is 12. Carry the 1. 3,285. Okay, so now let's take a look at this vertical multiplication. So they first want us to multiply by 5. So 9 times 5 is 45. Okay, then we're multiplying by the second number. Okay, so we did this one, now we're doing this one. Okay, 9 times 6. Okay, 9 times 6. So we know from our multiplication facts that it's 54. But remember, this is like a 0, right? It has a 0 here because it's really 60. So we have a 0. Okay, now 9 times 3 is 27. But we have a 0 here and here, so two zeros. Keeping track of place value. So this ends up being the same exact addition problem is what we had over here, right? Except we just wrote it backwards. See, 45, 45, 540, 2,700. So, Laura is 3,285 days old. Okay, let's look again. Our estimate was 3,600. Okay, the product 3,285 is close to the estimate 3,600. Okay, because at least they have the same digit in the highest place value. Okay, now let's turn it over. Remember, if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video. Okay, so instead of doing this whole where we write out each partial product like this, they're going to show us just a short way to do that. Okay, so shorter way. So here they want to do 3 times $1,175. Okay, so the first step would be multiply the ones. So we have to do 3 times 5, which equals 15 ones. So you have to regroup, remember that word, regroup 15 ones as 1, 10, and 5 ones. So you leave a 5 here, and now we have an extra 10. Okay, now multiply the tens. 3 times 7 tens. 3 times 7 is 21 tens. And you have to regroup again. So add the regroup 10. So 21 tens plus 1 tens equals 22 tens. And you can regroup 22 tens as 2 hundreds and 2 tens, right? So remember the hundreds and the 2 10 blocks, like that. Okay, so we're going to leave the 2 and carry the 2 hundreds. Okay, now we have 3 times 100. So 3 times 100, which is 300. And then you have to add the 200s that we regrouped. So 300s plus 200s equals 500s. Okay. And then we have to multiply the thousands. So now 3 times 1 equals 3,000, right? 3,000. Okay, now here's where, partial products is great, but I don't really want to do a partial product for this because I'd have to do it, 1,000, and then I'd have to do 100, and then I'd have to do the 70, then I'd have to do the 5, and then I'd have to add it all up. So actually, even though I love doing partial products, it's actually faster to do the vertical multiplication if you have 3 digits or more. But if you only have 2 digits, like if this was just 75, then I think it would be shorter to do the partial products. But, like I say in class, that's what's great about math is there's so many different ways you can get the answer to get it right. Look, see, there's partial products, vertical, or like how they did here where you keep track of the place value. Okay, today I drew a little Mr. Octopus. See, he has his 8 legs there. So I look forward to seeing your octopuses in class. And before you go, let's switch over to that building on essential question. Okay. How is multiplying by multi-digit numbers similar to multiplying by 2-digit numbers? So it's asking if you have an answer like this and you're multiplying versus if you just have 2 digits that you're multiplying by. Okay, how are they similar? How are they the same? So I wrote multi and 2-digit multiplication is similar because you follow the same steps of multiplying and regrouping. So notice here I have the sentence starter, and then I have my answer. You follow the same steps of multiplying and regrouping. Okay, feel free to pause that on that screen, and you can use my sentence or you can make up your own that makes sense to you. Okay, see you in class.